And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to NPR's The Two Schmoes Show. I'm your monotone voice, the Infamous Orion,
I'm your second monotone voice, Cairo.
and we're going to talk about all things that are considered today in this big economic program that we use to siphon money from our donors, who are college professors, pretty much just college professors.
Unironically, I do kind of like NPR.
Oh, I love NPR. I would not be making fun of them if I didn't love them that much.
Yeah.
I
What was the
have
name?
like two NPR stations on my radio.
Yeah. I used to listen to Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me a lot
What's that?
when it was on. It was a kind of a, it's sort of like Whose Line Is It Anyway, but for radio.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember
It's
that.
the same idea as Whose Line Is It Anyway, but less visual and more game showy. But it was very entertaining. They had very clever people on it.
Good shit. I don't know. I always wonder sometimes, like, what major label or network would ever pick up this show if they wanted it. And I think we'd be a good fit for
Mhm.
NPR if they decided to lower their standards.
Yeah, that they would do
Yeah.
for sure.
On the other hand, I think Fox News definitely has been eyeballing us for a while.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I think we can go alt right real fast.
It would be easy,
Yeah.
but eh,
What? You don't want to go alt right?
not especially.
Damn. I was going to say we could make a lot of money that way. Do you know
Yeah, but at what cost?
our integrity?
Yep. Oh no.
What's up?
Um, changing.
What? You're going out.
Time. It is our Snyder cut.
Oh, the Schneider Cut trailer.
Yeah. We live in a society, Batman.
I can't believe they made the fucking Joker say that.
I know. It's literally the only part of the trailer I've watched.
I only know about that moment. How does he deliver it?
Not well.
Of course not.
It's it's not bad, but
Do you think they only put that shot in the trailer just so people would talk about the movie?
probably.
Oh, I'm 100% certain in that. Batman, I couldn't get Belle Delphine's gamer girl bathwater. We live in a society.
I was hoping this would be like a meme on the Snyder Cut subreddit, but it seems like it's just people that actually like it.
The Snyder Cut is basically a cult at this point.
Pretty much.
Okay, what are your opinions on this whole Schneider Cut business?
I have literally none.
I have none as well. Like, I don't care that there's a recut of a bad movie.
Yep. Yeah, I personally just don't like the DC universe.
Whoa, okay,
I don't like the cinematic universe. Sorry.
fair enough.
I saw Man of Steel. I thought it was kind of bad. I've seen Suicide Squad. It was bad. The first Wonder Woman movie has good parts, but is, in my opinion, marred by poor direction and writing choices at the end. And Wonder Woman 1984 is just a steaming pile.
Damn. But what you don't understand is the Flash movie's totally going to fix it.
Oh yeah,
Shazam was
I'm
based
sure.
off a Marvel movie, Chiral. It's going to fix it. Um, Batman. When they eventually do their Batman movie, with not the actual Batman that they already have
with
on.
not Batman.
Yeah,
Is the which one is that? The upcoming Batman movie isn't part of the DC universe, is it?
I have no idea at this point.
Which one is it? It's got
Robert Pattinson,
yeah.
and they're trying to do like a Zodiac. What?
Sorry, real quick. If you Google Batman movie 2021, the first result is the Batman 2022 film.
Oh God. Oh yeah, I got delayed because of COVID.
Yeah.
And it's got like Zodiac, killer base Riddler.
Yeah. I don't think that that one looks bad, but it also doesn't look like it's part of the DC universe.
I need to see more of it before I have a honest opinion.
I agree. I like what from what I've seen in like the one full trailer there is. I like what I've seen.
I am interested.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
I like their choices. I
which
like their actor choices.
which do you prefer, dark Batman or campy Batman?
Dark. Absolutely.
Really?
I mean, they're good for different reasons, but I feel like especially The Dark Knight did a dark superhero movie way better than campy Batman did a funny superhero movie.
You're not wrong.
That's my take. Because they're completely different. So they're for completely different moods, but like The Dark Knight is just a masterpiece. It transcends being a superhero movie to just being a good movie.
I actually read the book that it's based off of, the Batman book it's based off of.
Yeah.
The Long Halloween is a very, very good murder mystery. Um, it's okay. So it's basically Batman, Jim Gordon, and Harvey Dent have to figure out who's killing all these mafiosos, and the killer only strikes on Halloween. I'm sorry, on holidays. So it starts on Halloween and it goes through a whole year of this criminal investigation, and it really goes into like how much it sucks to look for a killer that only strikes periodically.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it is a really fucking good mystery. And I got it like half right. I got the killer. I didn't get some of the stuff about it though. Like while reading it, trying to predict it.
Mm-hmm.
And that is actually the story that eventually became The Dark Knight. They just threw more Joker in there because Joker sells tickets.
Yep. And Heath Ledger did a phenomenal job.
The one true Joker.
Yep. There's a film, I don't know what you'd call it, like a film essayist YouTuber that I watch called The Closer Look.
Yeah, I believe I've heard of him. That's the guy with the Latin accent, right?
I don't, he's kind of British, is
Okay.
what I would describe it as, but it's kind of a hard accent to place specifically.
Yeah.
He did a Wonder Woman 1984 review this past week, and he makes a joke in there about The Dark Knight and how um, every essayist has to struggle to not reference The Dark Knight when they're making a film essay.
Wow. That's pretty true. I took a film class
Yeah.
in college, and we actually would periodically go to The Dark Knight for like examples of scenes doing something well.
Yeah, it's just, and in this one he was talking about pacing and
Yeah.
how The Dark Knight is just like everything is paced perfectly. Nothing's too quick, nothing's too slow, compared to Wonder Woman 1984, where it's you can literally cut out the first 20 minutes of the movie and the plot doesn't change, and it takes them 50 minutes to get to the inciting event, like what actually starts the movie.
That's gross.
It's really bad.
Ew. Man.
Yeah, I don't recommend anyone go and watch Wonder Woman 1984 unless you want to just see how bad it is, because it's that bad.
What do you think the worst superhero movie is?
Wonder Woman 1984, like
Damn.
no joke, no equivocation. It, and he put a really good point on it in his analysis that I hadn't thought of, but it's just like, yeah, makes a ton of sense. It goes beyond being bad to the point of reinforcing a self-destructive moral.
What's the moral?
So it's this idea in it is that wishes are being granted to people,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And one of the people literally wishes to be more like Wonder Woman, to be just a better, more likable person, to be a better version of themselves. And that ends up turning them into the villain.
Wow.
And it ends up with this kind of like reverse moral that was unintended of don't wish to be a better person because you might turn into a horrible person.
That's some Nietzsche shit right there.
Yeah, and it's really kind of gross once you start looking at it from that perspective.
Yeah. I beg to differ though, but I've never seen Wonder Woman 1984.
Right. And there is a lot that I haven't seen. So
If I had to guess, I would say it's the Daredevil 2000s movie.
I haven't seen that one, but from what I've heard, that's probably fair.
It is okay. I'm a big Daredevil fan. I've got a couple Daredevil books. Read the I watched the Netflix show. Um, and I remember watching that movie, and it was my first take to Daredevil, and I thought it was just some edgy bullshit as a kid. Like, oh god, he's just a blind guy, and that's
Yep.
pretty much how the movie portrays him. And if I had to say the actual character Matt Murdock as a literary character is so deep, that movie is just a spit in the face to this really, really good character in this world that they built up in like the Marvel books, that I feel insulted by that movie as a Daredevil fan. Plus, it's got to bring me back to life.
Yep.
How can you see into my soul like open wounds?
So I would say I would qualify the Wonder Woman movie with like differentiating between what it means to be a superhero movie and what it means to just be a movie. I think it is the least functional just movie
Fair enough. It's a
because it hits
sequel.
a lot of right, it hits a lot of the, superhero stuff that you want in a movie like that, but as a movie, it just doesn't work.
Damn.
So like there are probably worse superhero movies, but even something like Suicide Squad is a more coherent film with less plot holes.
Fair enough. What do you think is the worst movie you ever saw?
Worst movie. Okay, it's a toss up between I gotta figure out which number it is. It's a sequel.
Oh God.
And I don't remember which numbered sequel it is.
Are we getting into Tremors?
No.
Oh
Die
shit.
Hard 5.
Oh yes, I remember you speaking of that.
Or is it was a horror movie I saw a long time ago. I can't remember what it's called though. Like I saw it like once and it was dumb and kind of just like gross to be gross. And it wasn't like scary. It was just like, look at these people get torn apart. And then you just kind of go, ew, I don't want to watch this.
So it was
There's no
murder
plot.
porn.
Kind of, yeah. But like Die Hard 5 was really bad.
I'd have to say mine goes to Love Happy.
I don't think I know that one.
It's an old Marx Brothers movie.
Yeah.
It
Oh
was
yeah, that's super old. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. That was their last film, and you can tell they stopped giving a fuck.
Oh yeah, that's the same way I am with Die Hard 5. Is
Yeah.
that Bruce Willis just does not care.
Yeah.
They should have cut Bruce Willis out of it completely, replaced him with literally anybody else, not spent the money on him and the branding, and just released it as an action movie, and it would have been so much better.
So the thing with Marx Brothers movies is one of the brothers is pretty much always the main character, or at least the
Yeah.
main comedy. And you could tell he didn't want to be in this movie because he only shows up at the like last third.
Mm-hmm.
And they give it to the brother that doesn't speak in any of the movies to be the main character. So you have a mute main character in a comedy film.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah, and it's basically Hunchback of Notre Dame, where this mute is trying to win over the girl, and then like it's just weird, man. It's a bad
Yeah.
movie. Marilyn Monroe is in it.
Yep, I'm seeing that.
Yeah, I don't know why the fuck she's in it other than money.
Probably that.
She plays the villain.
Okay, I do kind of want to see that. That would be entertaining.
No, it's not that good. She literally only has like
No.
5 lines.
Oh, really? That's
She
terrible.
she shows up in like 2 scenes from what I remember. She like shows up to like for an introduction scene, and then let me look at the plot synopsis of this movie because if I remember the plot, I'll be able to talk more about it. I have not seen this film in years. Let's see. There's like this really weird comedic scene, and they're trying to like make fun of Marilyn Monroe, but she's Marilyn Monroe, and no one wants to, poke. Oh god, there's way more plot to this than I remember. Private detective Sam Gruen has been searching for extremely valuable Royal Romanov diamonds for 11 years, and his investigation leads him to a troupe of struggling performers led by Mike Johnson, who are trying to put on a music review called Love Happy. Yeah, I really don't remember any of this. Other than she shows up, they basically make fun of her. She doesn't show up until like the climax of the film, and that's it.
We also had a pretty major release this week.
Oh shit, hit me, player. We both know what we're talking about.
Willy's Wonderland released to the public on the 12th. And it's
Yes,
actually showing in theaters, which I did not expect.
there is a God
So,
and He loves us.
quick aside, I thought about going and seeing this in person, but
Yeah.
it is, of course, still a pandemic, so I chose not to.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to look up where I could watch it online, and it is available on Vudu and Prime Video for rent. You can't buy it, you have to rent it.
What the fuck?
What do you think is a fair price to rent for a single viewing this movie?
$2.99.
Keep in mind that I could go and see it at a real theater for 550. Now,
Ah, four
they
ninety
are
nine.
char- no, they are charging. I hope you're seated for this because you will be if, once I tell you. They are charging $20 to rent this movie.
I'm sorry, I'm standing now.
Yeah, $20 to rent Willy's fucking Wonderland for a single viewing.
That's one hell of a viewing.
Yeah,
That better
like
have all the bonus
if
features.
right, if I was buying it, I could maybe stomach that price, but you don't get to even buy it. They don't give you the option.
Why did they think that's illegal? Why is that legal?
I don't know. I don't know. I hope people just don't do it because it's not worth that much money.
No, it's not.
I
You're
was
better off
watching
risking your life with COVID.
basically, or just not seeing it. Like honestly, I'm sure you can pirate it at this point.
Oh, I'm sure.
Um, the Angry Joe crew did their review of it, and it sounds like it's exactly what I want it to be. It's very much an expectations thing. Like, don't expect this to be a good movie. Don't expect this to be a good horror movie. Don't expect this to even be a good like indie horror movie. Just go into it knowing that Nick Cage is going to beat the shit out of some animatronics and nothing more, and you'll like it.
It's pretty much an art house film.
Yeah. Also, I have had it confirmed that Nick Cage has technically no lines of real dialogue in the whole movie. And there is one instance of him exclaiming, "Come on!" And that is it.
I really wanted happy fucking birthday. But okay. I'm curious how it ends.
As far as I know, it ends with him just killing everything and walking out.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's literally Nick Cage kills all the animatronics as the animatronics kill the dumbass teenagers that are, of course, in it.
Oh, there's always
And,
dumbass teenagers.
and then that's it. That's the movie.
So wait, what? Okay, how long is this movie?
It's an hour and a half,
Okay,
hour and 28.
what do they do with that other hour?
I don't know. Nothing worthwhile.
I swear to God, they should have Nick Cage hunting these things in a ball pit. Damn, I
Pretty
want one.
much.
You remember when we talked about the Rotten Tomato reviews,
Yes.
and they all take this movie way too goddamn seriously?
They still do. Some of them do. Some people have like actually realized what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some that are definitely still there.
Oh God. Hello, everybody. I'm a journalist who took in one film class, and I'm going to tell you about why Willy's Wonderland is cinematic filth.
And I see this person has the right idea. They gave it a 3.5 out of 5, which is deserved.
Yes.
And they said an eye-popping oddball blast. Imagine Cage's previous psychedelic revenge thriller Mandy crossed with the Teletubbies. That's perfect. That's
That
exactly what it should be, and that's exactly what anybody who is a reasonable person is expecting from this.
I expected Citizen Kane.
Right?
I expected fucking Wonder Woman 1984 from this piece of shit. It better cater to my furry fetish.
Skimming the upcoming movies while I have Rotten Tomatoes open right now. There's really nothing.
I know.
There's one movie that's apparently coming out called Burn It All, but because there's so many foreign language films that get kind of shuffled in here too, and they're whoever the hell they got to do their box art doesn't know their head from their ass. It and all are spaced so closely together that it looks like one word, and at a glance, it looks like Italian cut off halfway through. So
Nice.
without knowing the title, I was just like, "What? Why is this movie called Burn Italian?"
Because they
It's bad.
just don't like Italian food.
Kerning people, you have one job. You should know this.
So, remember last night when I sent you that picture of the little Yachty Reese's Puffs?
Vividly, yes.
Yes. So, for those of you who do not know, little Yachty's got Reese's Puffs now.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Because there's
It's
too much goodness in the world.
it's such a weird choice.
Okay, did you believe they were real when I first sent you those pictures?
No, I did not.
Yes. I had my friend at the store tell me they were real and show me pictures of them. And I thought this was a shit post or something like that. So, of course, I said cursed and got on with my day.
Same, yeah.
Show up to work, walking past an end cap in the cereal aisle, and I got fucking little Yachty looking at me on that box. And I realized the world is doomed.
Have you seen some of the eBay listings?
Oh, God. Hit me.
Okay, so there's some of these that are like kind of sensible, but not really. You know, you can buy it's like a box is like $10. If you want two boxes, it's 25 with shipping.
Shit.
Somebody has a lot of 19 Little Yachty's X Reese's Puffs Little Yachty cereal in hand for $242 with 19 bucks delivery.
What
Like you
the
can go
fuck?
buy this at the store right now. My favorite is somebody has a Travis Scott X McDonald's boxes with Travis Scott X Reese's Puffs collab for $900.
Shit. You know what I kind of want to do now, just to be cursed?
What's that?
I want to go get like a shipped it or whatever those personal shoppers online are. And I just want them to go buy me a whole fuck ton of those.
Yep.
Just so they can go stay in the fucking grocery line. We'll have the little old lady look at them as they buy this cursed cereal.
This is one of the other ones that I saw yesterday, but people have these listings for because these boxes have a quarter of the poster on the back.
Yes.
So people are selling the complete poster set for like $25 to $50.
Holy shit. It's cardboard.
It's literally cardboard.
What the fuck?
It doesn't make sense.
Oh, so there was a part of those photos I didn't show you, but on the very bottom of the cereal
Yeah.
box, there's coordinates.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
We looked it up. It takes you to downtown Atlanta, and that's it.
Downtown Atlanta. That must be where something happened.
I don't know, man. Maybe there's a concert going on there, super secret concert.
Collaboration. Apparently, there's a song that's been released with it.
Oh God. Please tell me it's Lil Yachty doing the Reese's Puff rap.
So I'm just gonna pause this. I'm gonna take a screen grab
Okay.
of this travesty of music. These are lyrics.
I'm scared.
I'm not even gonna listen to the rest of this song because it's not worth my time.
I'm very scared.
Like, that's the whole thing.
What was it?
It's in stuff and messages.
Oh shit. Okay. There it is. R double E E R double E S E P U F S. Nah nah. R double E S E S P U F F S. Nah nah. R
Yes, you did
double
that better than they did.
really?
Yes, no, like no joke.
R double E S E S P U F F S. Reese's Puffs, can't get enough. Reese's Puffs, R double E S E S P U F S. Reese's Puffs can't get enough. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's the whole song.
Take a shot every time they say Reese's Puffs.
Yep.
That is not the whole song.
That's the whole song. It's a minute long and that's it.
That looks like it's from the fucking YouTube channels that just take the skyline photos and put lyrics over them to pretend to be deep.
Yep.
That's some advanced shit posting. What the fuck?
Roger Ebert has a review for Willy's Wonderland. They gave it, it's by Brian Tellerico.
Yeah.
They gave it 1 star, and it's subtitled, "Unfortunately, we couldn't find any streaming offers."
Nice. No, they're just upset about having to rent it out for $20.
I'm going to read a bit here because this is pretty good. This is entertaining. Willy's Wonderland feels like a movie conceived during a drinking game. A few people had a few too many after a few rough days and dared each other to come up with the most ridiculous concept they could get produced. The winners of this game were Geo Parsons and Kevin Lewis, the writer and director, respectively, of a movie that seems like it's too inherently fun to fail.
At least he understands Willy's Wonderland.
Yep. One thing that could go wrong is if you chose the Cage Rage package that doesn't come with dialogue included.
You know, I'm kind of curious now how much Nick Cage got paid for this movie and then putting his ratio
Right.
of like words spoken to it like salary and then
Mhm.
put that up against other famous actors.
Yep. I hope that they reached out to him as a joke of like, hey, we'd like to get some big names for this up and coming movie we did. The script's attached. It's still a work in progress, but we thought we'd reach out to some people and just see what happens. Are you interested? And he agreed to some like pay by the line kind of thing. And the come
God.
on is all they could afford.
We can only afford 2 words. What should it be? Hmm. What's this word and what's some words that would work in a fight with animatronics? Come on. Genius. I hope the soundtrack's at least good for that film.
I don't know.
A film like that would live and die by its soundtrack.
Yeah, I haven't seen anyone mention it.
Huh. Because you'd think you would need like something high energy for a concept like that. Like,
After a long week, I wanted a dumb but fun movie with a major action star going mano a mano with killer animatronic puppets. It sounds like an easy formula for a good time. About the time that Cage was attacking a giant gorilla with a plunger and then kicking in its brain with against a urinal, I realized that none of this was fun. Imagine a birthday party for the classmate you liked the least in elementary school. It's a party. How bad could it be? Really bad. It could be really bad.
oof.
Oof.
Darn, man. Maybe they're just really worried about not making their budget back, and that's why it's so much to rent.
Mm-hmm. This is amusing. Apparently, they did a farewell to the video store blog post. There's a picture of a family video with on their letterboard. It says COVID killed the video store, closing sale daily 12 to 8.
Oh, jeez. COVID killed the video store.
Kind
COVID.
of works.
You have to fit it in there. There's an extra
Yeah.
syllable.
Yeah. In other news, Parlay is back.
What the fuck?
They apparently have, what did they say? Independent and self sustaining technology.
Russia.
So they just made their own site.
Oh, God.
Or they like bought a server, which it's like, no shit. That's how the internet works. Good job. You figured it out.
Do you think they actually had the server in the back for a while, but they just refused to read the instructions on how to make it work?
Oh no, I guarantee that they were 100%. I would not be surprised if it started off as just like a, what the hell? We'll make our, free speech social media, and it got bigger than they expected, and so they just kept buying more Amazon server space because they never had a server in the first place, and then they started making money from it. So they're like, well, shit, I guess we got to do something about this now. Then they got kicked off Amazon, and here we are now. Like, it's not hard to make a server. It's one of those things that's kind of daunting to a lot of people because it's unknown, but if you can figure out how to make like a server is just a slightly fancier computer,
Oh,
but
yeah.
the parts are still the same.
It's literally just a computer that tells other computers what to do.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just gives information out. It's serving
Right.
information.
It's just used in a different way.
Yeah.
But the actual like building it is basically the same. As much money as I'm sure these people are getting off of ads, you just pay someone to do it for you.
Yeah.
Of note though, because of this, on the Google Play Store, it's still not available. So if you're on Android and you want the app, you have to sideload it manually,
Damn.
which I can't imagine will be a trivial thing for the targeted demographics, if you get what I mean.
Wink.
And if you have an iPhone, you just straight can't use it at all.
I'm curious.
It's not available.
With the new server, did they manage to migrate all the information from their previous venture in there, or is it all blank and brand new?
I don't know. I would assume that they were able to migrate it.
You would think. Or do you think Amazon just really got sick of their shit and deleted all that information with them?
I don't know. If they did that, I feel like they would have issues with legal ramifications.
True, you're pretty much deleting a whole business at that point.
Yup. Like, you can agree, like, it's hard to say because at that point you're not dealing with just parlay, whatever the hell it is. You're dealing with the individuals who use it, and you are potentially deleting their personal information.
Yes. I'm curious now why 4chan hasn't raid Parlay.
I think they kind of have because there's that the hack that they had
Oh yeah, forgot
with all
about
the
that hack.
archive stuff. It just wasn't like blatantly 4chan.
They didn't take full what's the word I'm looking for? Authority? No. Fuck it. I'm just didn't have responsibility. That's it.
Yep.
Words are hard.
Mm-hmm. I so much hate the what is it? The victimization of these kinds of groups.
Oh yeah. They're
It's so fake.
they'll victimize themselves a million times over, but when someone who's
Yep.
not them is actually victimized, they
Yep.
pretend doesn't exist.
Apparently, Parler in their first message back was, "We will not be canceled."
Oh
It's
god.
like, fuck off. You were
Dude,
not canceled. You had a use agreement with these companies. You failed to uphold your end of it, and they kicked you off.
if I can be very blunt, I don't think cancel culture is as bad as what people think it is.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Can't, there have been some very contained instances of true cancel culture,
Yeah.
but because it happened to one person legitimately, it's gotten to the point where everyone just says that if there is one group that disagrees with the action of another group, they claim they're being canceled.
Yes.
When that's not the case, it's just a group of people thinks you're wrong.
I don't know. Do you ever fear being canceled?
No, I
Yeah.
don't give a shit.
Agreed.
I would be way more concerned about what the hell was it? There's some guy that just like you happen to share a name with someone who is one of these pieces of shit, and then you get people coming to you wrongly because you happen to share someone's name or your address or phone number is slightly similar to someone else's.
Agreed.
I'm way more concerned with something like that happening because that's actually, a possibility.
Yeah. What I have a problem with cancel culture is most of the time the people who get way too into cancel culture are fucking teenagers who don't know what they're fucking doing.
Yep.
It's whenever someone says I don't like cancel culture, I'm like, yeah, I don't like teenagers as well. I don't know. I don't have to worry about anybody ever sharing my name, so I'm good.
Yeah, I'm pretty safe on that too, thankfully.
Are you now? Are you the only person with your name?
Yep. As
Damn.
far as I can tell, yes. Like I uh I work at a place that employs a fairly large number of people, and as far as I can tell, I am the only person that has Jackson as their first name,
Okay.
which I was kind of surprised by.
I meant like full name, like only person in the world with your full name.
As far as I know, yes.
Okay.
I've looked it up and I've not found anyone else with my name or a similar version of it.
Damn. I'm pretty lucky in the sense that my name's really fucking weird and unique. So,
Yep. Mine is kind of the same way. It's just not common.
yeah. Uh, my last name is so weird and distinct that if you Google it, you'll probably find my whole family.
Yeah. If you Google my name, you get a tiny avenue in Missouri
Interesting.
and then an obituary for someone named Albert.
If you Google mine, you'll actually find my uncle's mugshot.
Really?
It's really weird.
See if I can remember how to spell your name. Yes, I can. I found a LinkedIn profile
For whom?
for you.
For me?
Yeah.
I just. Oh, are you? Did you type in my full name?
Yes, I did.
Okay, I meant just my last name.
Just last name. Okay.
Yeah.
There is apparently a website that is named that.
Yeah, that is someone related to me. I just don't know who.
Huh.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of neat. I can respect it.
So like my family story is that we came over, um, originally moved to we originally were in Philadelphia or Pennsylvania, one of those two, and then we moved to Chicago, and they had like three
Mm-hmm.
kids. Those three kids kind of went off in separate directions. Some stayed in Chicago, some moved to Michigan, wherever the other one went. And
Yep.
so the ones that are in Chicago are like my cousins, kind of. It's really weird.
Yep. So just searching my last name, the first thing that comes up is a jewelry store in Coldwater that, God, let me see if I can get this straight. It used to be owned by my family like 100 years ago. It was my, I want to say like my great grandfather's brother owned it. and it was like the family store,
Hmm.
and then they sold it at some point before it would have gotten to my grandfather. But it still has the original name in Goldwater.
What was it for me? Um, I'm sorry. I'm just weirded out because they claim to have my address when you Google my name, but that's not my address. And I'm like, why is someone fake doxing me?
Right.
That is really weird to have a fake dox.
Curious how far I'll have to go before I can find someone I'm directly related to in Google. Oh, nope, there we go. That was quicker than I thought.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they are. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong. Nope, that's a similar name, but not the quite right. There's apparently a doctor that works as a radiation oncology specialist that is prolific.
I have a Czech professor that shares my last name,
Yeah,
who's apparently really skilled in botany.
interesting.
I know. Academia, bitch.
Oh, there's a case law. What is this about? Nope, that's not it. So I'm on page 5 and haven't found anything yet. So I'm going to say that's far enough.
Interesting.
Invisible to the internet.
I found our old radio station's Wikipedia page, and I'm mentioned on it. But it does need to be updated, this Wikipedia page, like really bad.
Does it?
Oh, yeah. It's got a certain someone as the same. The guy who was the station manager as we left is still listed as station manager.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Why is it doing that? So what I'm looking up trying to find my Twitter profile, and it's pulling it up as like, is that Czech? It's like pulling up Twitter Czechoslovakia or something.
Hell yeah.
It has the language set to CS.
CS? That's not Czech.
I don't know what this is.
Neither do I. That's strange.
Can I copy that? Copy. Let's go over to a new Google tab.
Do it.
Translate. Paste. Check. It says it's check.
Weird.
Yeah. I have no idea why it would do that though.
Um,
Hey, look at that. It's back in English. That's so weird.
that is weird. The internet is a strange place.
I need to retweet more things.
Why?
My retweets are very sporadic.
Oh. I'm a little disappointed that you look up my full name and you don't find my music. But then again, that's why I have this damn stage name.
Yeah. It's working.
What do you mean?
The stage name.
Oh, yeah.
That's a weird one. Okay. So this is like pure coincidence. My aunt works at Jackson College, and she used to share a last name with me, but she no longer does. So her profile at the college comes up before her old last name does.
That's weird.
It's very strange.
It doesn't seem like it should exist.
Google does Google things.
Let's see what I need to do for my uh, Twitter. I think my Twitter's pretty cool, to be honest. That's just
Mhm.
me.
Yeah, I don't tweet a lot. I mostly like tweets, but those don't show up on my page, so it just looks kind of sporadic.
Damn straight. I've lost stuff when Chick Corea died. Oh yeah, Chick Corea died, everybody.
Yeah, I heard that. It's a damn shame.
One of the last great musicians, a living legend, dead. I guess Herbie's now the greatest composer.
Are they?
Herbie Hancock? Yeah.
Oh yeah. I wasn't sure who you meant, but yeah, no, I get you.
Ye
80 years though. I mean, that's pretty up there. 79.
I mean, yeah. The dude was I really don't know what could be said about Chick Corea that hasn't been said, so I'm just going to stay
Nothing.
silent on the matter.
Yep. There are greater authorities than us that have already spoken.
Damn straight. I don't know. What are we technically authorities on?
Meme culture.
Fuck yes. I honestly wouldn't mind. I don't know. With my degree, I can kind of get into meme commentary on a greater academic level. I've done it a couple times. I remember
I
for a research project in one of my classes, I pitched to the class that we should do the effect memes have in creating propaganda, which was literally just studying memes. And they called me a nerd because I wanted to study memes.
mean, it's a fair thing.
Yeah.
For me, it's just pure experience
With memes.
with the internet in general. Yeah.
We grew up with it.
Yeah.
I remember when I was young, I had a history report that needed to be done. So I said I wanted to go online and do the history report online because I thought having these skills young would be a good thing to have and practice them. And then my stepmom told me you shouldn't rely on the internet. It's not always going to be around when you're older. The most poorly aged statement she's ever said to me.
Yeah, that one didn't go too well.
No, it has not. We have been avoiding the news mainly because nothing happened.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get this out of the way. So
Yeah,
the impeachment trial happened,
yeah,
and the Senate, it passed through the House, it passed through the Senate. When it got to actually pressing any sort of charges, a vote of 57 to 43 was made in favor of pressing charges, but a what is it? A supermajority, 2/3 vote is required. It did not have that, so it did not happen. And personally, I'm not surprised.
yeah. I didn't expect shit.
There's two aspects. So, speaking specifically regarding incitement of a riot, because that's what these charges are tend to be aimed at, was something involving inciting a riot at the Capitol. Um, for that charge specifically, it's really hard to prove
Yes.
because there was a good hour between the when Trump was speaking to these people and the events at the Capitol turned from a admittedly angry protest to outright rioting and an assault, basically, on the Capitol building itself, which any defense lawyer worth half a shit will claim was enough time for Trump's words to not matter, and any of the actions taken were taken by the individuals themselves. Makes it really hard to press charges for that since there was such a long time. In terms of conduct unbecoming of a president, which is generally what happens here, you're never going to get a charge off of that because of how partisan politics is right now. It's just never going to happen.
Never.
So I'm
I was very disappointed with pretty much every news source in their coverage of it the day it happened, in that I saw a lot of them using the word acquittal, which is technically correct, but Trump was still impeached. And he was impeached twice. Regardless of the outcome, he was still impeached. And this doesn't change that. And the whole idea that anything would happen as a result of this in the first place was frankly kind of laughable because nothing ever has happened as a result of the Senate trying to punish the president. You know, if you look back to times impeachment occurred, you have Nixon, and he was pardoned by Ford immediately, so nothing happened. There was no consequence.
Yes.
You have Clinton, who was impeached and who was charged, but he basically just said, good fucking luck, and nothing happened. And now we have Trump. He's impeached twice. No charges, I guess would be the word for it, were ever really applied as a result. And we're back to square one. The case in Georgia, for me personally, is much more interesting because it's basically clear cut and dry, 1 year minimum in federal jail or state jail. Sorry, as
Really?
a felony. Yeah, let me see if I can find it real quick. Legal Eagle did a really good short on it. I think I haven't actually done a full video.
Real talk, Legal Eagle has been fucking nailing it with the
He
legal
is great.
commentary on
He
all
really
this
has.
shit.
It's a great resource for anybody that wants to learn more about recent legal events.
Yeah. His commentary is top notch.
Yeah. See if I can find this.
Which finding?
Seeing if I can find, because I thought he did it because he's been doing a lot of these shorts lately, which, you know, it's part of the YouTube hustle now, I guess, but it makes it really hard to find real videos.
I mean, yeah. Even us, when we produce a 2-hour podcast every week, get buried in that algorithm.
Have you seen the video about the what is it? Using the YouTube community tab to just break the algorithm?
No, go on.
I'll see if I can find it. Spiffing Brit put out a video. Anyways, the short of it is that Trump's conduct is basically like one for one, line by line, meets all of the elements for um, conspiring to change election results illegally
Yeah.
just by his phone call that was recorded, because he did it once, they didn't record it, so they were like, well, shit, now we're going to record it. And they did. And it's like one for one, yeah, he did that. And if found guilty, it is a felony punishable by up to 3 years and a minimum of no less than 1.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So
In lighter news, did you see that Ted Cruz retweeted fake news?
which time?
Just recently, actually. Like, it was from a satire site. They did actual satire, and Ted Cruz believed it was real and started pulling it out to everybody as proof that something bad was happening.
Yeah, I don't doubt it at all.
Oh yeah, it scares me for the great state of Texas that this is what represents them.
Yeah, maybe you vote for shit, you get shit, right?
Yeah, vote for shit, get hit.
So yeah, I'm pretty detached from the impeachment stuff just because the state level cases in Georgia and New York are just much more. There's a chance that something's actually going to happen with them, you know?
What are the state level cases? Tell us more about that, would you?
Yeah, so Georgia one is basically just what we were just talking about with the phone call that he made to their attorney general.
Yes.
That is the main one there. In New York, let me see if I can pull up some articles about this. They are investigating a number of ones, a number of allegations. Most recently had to do with management decisions made at Trump Tower for renters, I think. Um, but there's a litany of criminal probes that are ongoing relating to his taxes. You know, if it turns out that he did lie on his taxes in any way, he'll be prosecuted in New York for it, and he can't get away from that. There's
Oh
also a
darn.
number of issues with misrepresenting his net worth for his taxes or misrepresenting the value of his assets.
Ooh no.
And these are cases that have been ongoing for years at this point that are continuing to move along, but there's a lot of potential.
What's good old Rudy going to do this time?
Yeah. Given that he's trying to be disbarred in New York, probably nothing.
Yeah.
Once. Forbes, you bitch. New York State prosecutors are investigating more than $250 million in loans former President Trump took out on some of his best known Manhattan properties, Wall Street Journal reported. This past Saturday. The latest expansion of a years old criminal probe into the Trump organization that has reportedly grown more intense in recent months.
Uh-oh.
So prosecutors are looking into loans tied to Trump Tower and 3 other buildings throughout Manhattan, unnamed sources told Washington Journal. The 4 loans are made by Ladder Capital, a publicly traded mortgage-backed security company, and a frequent lender to the Trump organization. It is unclear why a certain office is scrutinizing these deals. Forbes has reached out to Trump, the Trump organization, and Ladder Capital.
Yeah.
So the Manhattan District Attorney first began scrutinizing Trump over a year ago, focusing on an alleged hush money payment to porn star Stormy Daniels. But the investigation has grown into a wider probe of what Vance's office describes as possibly extensive and protracted criminal conduct as Trump's businesses, including allegations of insurance and bank fraud, posing an enduring threat to Trump's post-presidential life.
Yeah.
A large part of it is tied to securing a legitimate copy of his tax returns.
I mean, I don't know much about tax law and all that, but I think that's kind of capable, isn't it, with the IRA? I mean, IRS?
Yep, definitely is.
Yeah. Can't they just subpoena or FOIA that?
I don't know. It wouldn't be a FOIA. They should be able to get a subpoena for it, but that would be potentially troublesome.
Oh boy.
In that you to get a warrant for something like that, you generally need some sort of evidence beforehand, and it does sound like that's what they're getting at now.
Hmm. Okay then. I really got nothing to say because this is all just going on right now. And this is what sucks about most legal cases, and this is why you should never do anything legal in your movies. They move at a fucking snail's pace for a goddamn good reason.
Yep.
This ain't like the. Do you ever feel like the trial of O.J. Simpson is what made all those TV shows and movies do all those court cases in them?
Say that again.
Do you ever feel like the trial of OJ is what brought a lot of court cases back to like 90s films and whatnot, 90s films and TV shows?
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, it was, case of the decade kind of thing.
Yeah,
How high profile it was.
I'm sure when this starts heating up, it'll be the case of the decade as well. What was the case of the decade for the 2010s?
Casey Anthony.
That's what I figured. That's a big. I figured.
Yep. Usually they tend to be the cases that people get away with.
Oh yeah, because then we don't get our happy ending.
Yeah. World feels cheated.
Do you ever believe that? What was it? There's a urban legend. I don't know if it's real or not. That if you have a college degree, you're gonna be less likely to be picked for court cases.
Oh yeah, no, I totally believe that.
I do too, but I don't know if it's real or not. Because, to be honest, I don't know many people with a college degree.
Yeah, it's kind of a toss up because if you have, they can't rule you out from being selected for jury duty based on any factors. That comes up in the pre-trial, what was that even called, jury selection, where they have the option to sort of veto jury picks. Jury
Yeah.
cases are also less common than I think a lot of people realize, because there's so many court cases that get settled before it reaches that point.
Well, at this point, I feel like a jury will never be in any high case lawsuit.
Lawsuit, no.
Yeah.
That's kind of a whole different thing.
I just feel like no one in their right minds or with the right amount of cash wants to go through the court process.
Yeah. Yeah. Juries are usually only used for criminal cases.
Yeah. Even then, settling it out of court. We all know the real criminals are the ones with all the money, so we live in a society, Batman. Okay, realistic question, right? This is like the one question I feel like kids always ask themselves. And
Sure.
I'm going to ask it to you. If you were a superhero, which superhero would you be?
So you have to pick like an established one.
Yes.
Um, it's a hard pick. Probably like Wolverine, if I had to go on a limb.
Why?
Pre adamantium,
Hmm.
because living effectively forever seems pretty top notch.
Wow, Mr. Immortality.
Got to break the rules.
Gotta break the rules.
But I guess he doesn't really have true immortality like they
No.
showed with Logan.
Yeah. I mean,
Uh,
there's a lot of famous Wolverine dies at the end stories.
yeah. I'm looking at Wolverine's Wikipedia page right now,
Okay.
and his I'm just gonna read this. These are his team affiliations. And it had some things you would expect:
Yeah.
X-Men, Avengers, New Fantastic Four, things like that. Weapon X, and then also has CIA and Canadian Army.
Hell yeah.
I love the idea that there's a superhero team that's just fielded by the Canadian Army that's just going ham.
There is Captain Canada.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Yeah.
I like it.
We gotta have more Canadian superheroes. I mean, Deadpool's Canadian, so there's one.
Yep.
Oh shit. Did you ever see those like insulting leftist superheroes?
I don't know.
Okay, so Marvel announced a new book, uh, The New Warriors,
Mhm.
and I'm going to ask you to type in some words
Okay. Into
in
Google.
into Google.
Okay, I'm ready.
Look up Safe Space and Snowflake Marvel.
Get this SEO juice flowing. Okay.
Those are actual characters.
Oh wait, they're characters?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, go images.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Why would they do that?
I don't know, man. The writer says, I'm trying to reclaim those words. And I'm like, dude, those are words that don't need to be reclaimed.
All of these are terrible.
Yeah.
Okay, 4 out of 5 are terrible. One is not bad. Trailblazer, fine. All the others are terrible.
Yes.
Screen time?
Yes.
No. Fuck off.
Dude.
That's trash. That's trash level writing. Like, the character designs seem fine, but those are terrible names.
I feel like I'm looking at an Axe body spray commercial that just happens to revolve around superheroes. These are the designs for those superheroes. Dude.
I don't know. With the designs, I'm mostly fine with. It's just the names.
Yeah,
They're
the
terrible
names are awful. They got superhero origin stories too, by the way.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
Let me see.
Being negative is the goth kid. You don't fucking say.
Yeah. B negative. B negative.
Yeah.
It's like a pun.
Literally a fucking vampire.
Okay. Screen time. The epic gamer of the group is a meme obsessed super teen whose brain became connected to the internet after being exposed to his grandfather's experimental internet gas. Now he can use augmented reality in real-time maps and can instantly Google any fact. Does this make him effectively a genius? He sure acts like it does. Come on, you gotta have a reaction to that.
I have nothing. Wait. The word screen time is only ever used in a sort of restrictive sense, and because we're doing a story about teenage rebels, a lot of the names are about teens fighting against labels that are put on them. So with screen time, we liked the idea that he has infinite screen time. Fuck off. Actually, fuck off. That is garbage. I actually kind of like the one for Trailblazer, though. Like, it kind of hurts because it shows, like, oh, this person actually kind of knows what they're doing. They're just choosing not to.
Yeah. Snowflake in Safe Space. Psychic twins. All twins are psychic, but we're psychicer. Snowflake, a cryonetic, can materialize snowflake-shaped shuriken projectiles for throwing. Safe Space can materialize pink force fields, but he can't inhabit them himself. The reflex only works if he's protecting others. They're hyper aware of modern culture and optics, and they can see their superheroics as a post-ironic meditation on using violence to combat bullying. They're probably streaming this.
Why? Why would they do this?
Dude, this is just straight up one semester of like gender studies and postmodernism, and then they applied it to a superhero book. B negative. A teen living vampire exposed to Michael Morbius's blood as a child in a rogue but life-saving medical procedure. He still lives like a regular kid, but has all the abilities of Morbius, who is an established character, by the way. He's obsessed with all the music and attitude of classic long past decades, like 90s and the 2000s. The world is a vampire, and so am I. They just fucking quoted the Smashing Pumpkins. This is magical. I love seeing this. And lastly, Trailblazer, the cream of the crop.
Yeah, Trailblazer seems fine.
Yeah, this is like the most inoffensive.
Like, that's what I would expect. And it's actually an interesting idea, although they completely balk on giving any sort of backstory.
A regular kid scooped up into the world of teenage superheroing. Her magic backpack is actually a pocket dimension with seemingly infinite space. It's basically hammer space, from
Yeah.
which she can pull out useful or random objects. It's not always under her control. She claims to get her powers from God, but not the God you're thinking of. That's a real book, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah, that's actually coming out.
Oh, like, yeah, no, I get what you mean by that. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I hope the writing gets better.
I love this.
What?
Snowflake safe space. Are you dead ass?
Are you dead ass? Oh. Have you ever? Okay, I want to send you a picture of the writer.
Oh, I've seen him. I
Oh,
can
okay.
see him.
Yeah, he's
He looks
exactly what you think.
exactly like what I expected.
Yeah. I've heard rumors that he's just the son of a friend of one of the editors at Marvel. Which I can kind of believe.
Marvel wants to reclaim derogatory names and went with calling their new teen superheroes Snowflake and Space Safe Space when Soy Boy was right there. Give me a soy-based superhero, Marvel, you cowards.
I love it. That's good. I like it. 10 out of 10. What would Soy Boy's powers be?
Soy.
Just
He
projectile.
can make artificial versions of anything out of soy, but they still have the properties of soy.
So he's like walking tofu.
Yes.
Oh. Can his martial arts style be called Soifu?
No.
Oh,
Because it's like Green Lantern, but with soy instead of energy.
gotcha. Does he just have like a soybean ring?
Sure.
Damn straight.
I'd like to think that he has like a like soy hair, but it's just like a tube on his head of
Yes.
soy, and that's where he gets his soy from.
I love it. That's absolutely perfect. Marvel, hire us.
Better than some of this shit.
Oh, God. Is he vegetarian or not? Because I wonder if he needs to eat soy to produce soy.
No, but I feel like that would be kind of inherent with the same idea, like with Beast Boy.
Okay.
Same thing.
Yeah. So he eats exclusively meat because he feels bad for the soy they makes.
Yes. I
Cool.
kill so many plants.
Oh, God. He has to be a big fan of the Joe Rogan podcast and go on that all meat carnivore diet. Perfect. I love it.
Reverse paleo.
Yes. Soy Boy coming to a comic shop near you. His theme song is Soy to the World.
No,
No?
that's too much.
Ode to Soy?
No,
Oh.
it's too much. I did see a cool bit of statistics about the recent COVID vaccines
Oh, go on.
with the side effects from them. Let me see if I can find it. I'm not going to Google that because Google's terrible. The short of it was that out of all of the vaccines that have been administered so far, between both types, there has been less than, it was like 60 and 30 or something like that, but like less than 100 cases total of any sort of severe adverse reaction. And in
Nice.
all cases, it was the kind that you would expect from any vaccine with an allergic reaction. People had a minor anaphylactic response, and it was easily treated wherever they were getting the vaccine at.
That's really cool.
So I was like, damn straight. Prove all the haters wrong.
1000%.
Hey, is this new?
What?
I thought this. No, this is old. I don't know why this is just getting posted now. A few days ago, Biden officially canceled funding for the Trump border wall.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, like, it's kind of like, well, yeah, of course he did, but it's official now.
Yeah.
He reversed the executive order that did that.
Oh no. So we're just gonna have all this fucking stuff just hanging out in the middle of the desert.
Probably not, since it's kind of falling in on itself, anyways.
Oh, cool.
Turns out water and erosion and sand kind of make it hard to make walls.
No.
Who would have guessed?
No. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, there goes my colonize the desert plan.
No, it's a desert. There's no water. It's good.
Yeah, you might be right.
It's a loophole.
You know, I've never seen, damn it. I just had a brain fart. Never mind. Ugh. What a slow week.
It's been really slow. I'm kind of fine with it though. It's a
Really?
good change of pace.
I mean, after a whole year of just straight out news, yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of nice that stuff is just kind of happening and it's like, oh yeah, it's just people doing their jobs. I have heard of this. This is apparently a Gallup poll. Support for third U.S. political party at high point.
What?
So apparently 62% of Americans, So 62% of Americans say a third party is needed, up 57% in September. A record high 63% of Republicans favor a third party.
That is not a good sign for their party.
Yeah. It's the highest support for a third party by 1 percentage point.
No way.
This is also correlating with parties doing an adequate job, is nearing an all-time low.
Wow. It's almost like bipartisan voting is just not a good system. And it boils down a lot of things to really stupid binary choices.
Interesting. So this is the percentage saying third major political party is needed by party ID. So it starts in October of 2003 and goes kind of sporadically from there. But looking at we'll do the last 4 metrics. So starting in September of 2012, which would have been Obama's reelection, which is very interesting. Democrats had a 40%, Republicans had 36, and independents had 58. September of 2016, Democrats were actually technically up on average at 43. Republicans were way up at 51, and independents had skyrocketed to 73%. Independents have stayed relatively steady in the low 70s, while Republicans have went down during the Trump administration, but following it have gone way up again.
Huh.
While Democrats went up during the Trump administration and are now trending down.
You know what we should do?
What's that?
Start our own political party.
I actually had a debate. I don't even call it a debate. I had an argument with someone in a Discord channel about this.
Oh no.
Because there was talk about how, the Republicans were wanting, what they called it, some dumb party name, of course.
The MAGA Patriot Party.
The MAGA Patriot Party. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. But that's like a thing, apparently. for some reason. And someone was talking about how they wanted a new political party that actually represents the left.
Go on. This is going to go bad real fast.
Like, that is the last thing that anybody in the US that is
anywhere left, anywhere near center or left of it would want at this point.
Yeah.
Because we're at the point where the far right basically is taking steps to split themselves in half at a national level, which would pave the way for massive gains for the Democrats in a way that the Republicans frankly couldn't recover from.
Yeah, not to mention, did you hear? Okay, I heard this. I didn't get a good source from it. This is kind of just something my friend was telling me that a lot of Republicans are going to be retiring soon.
What do you mean by retiring?
I don't know because that's
From politics or
I don't know. They were pretty vague on it. It was the kind of thing where I was just like half listening at the time. This was like a coworker at work.
right? Yeah, I don't know exactly what they mean. There's definitely a large number of Republicans that are, like, so the Senate vote was 53 or 57 to 43.
Yeah.
So that is 7 Republicans that voted against, in the Republican view, voted against their party. You know, that is 7 Senate seats that will likely have some sort of a third party come election day.
Yeah.
We also saw a number of instances in this most recent election of third party candidates that, by all appearances, seem to have been put in the running for some of these lower level seats just to siphon off votes from Democrats in highly
Interesting.
contentious areas.
Yeah. Huh.
So I don't know. Yeah, right? It's kind of a mixed bag.
This is a bad time to be a Republican, but go on.
It depends on how long of a perspective you take.
Yeah.
Because if you are a what I would consider to be a real Republican, not a fanatical extremist type, although it's hard to tell which is which at this point. Where is the line drawn between which side is the real Republican? This is like the only way to sort of get the party back. Right?
Yeah. Eliminating the crowd.
It's the fact that it's fallen so far into just pure conspiracy that people like Ted Cruz, without hesitation, are espousing these conspiracies. The fact that somebody can support the Jewish space laser conspiracy. You've heard of that, right?
Oh yeah, man. I mean, I'm totally down with the Jewish space laser.
For anyone who might not be, this is the idea that the California wildfires, these serious ones that claimed many lives that were caused by negligence on the part of a major corporation, were in fact, in reality, caused instead by a Jewish space laser. It's hard to say, it's a tongue twister. It was caused by a Jewish space laser.
Jewish space laser.
Yes. That is, of course, it's like comically dumb to the point of wrapping right back around again to just, it's the classic anti-Semitism at work, right?
Nah, dude. I mean, it's just cold hard fact.
And the person who said that got a literal fucking standing ovation from her colleagues. So,
Are we talking about Green?
yes.
Yeah. Where the fuck did she say that anyway?
On the internet about 2 years ago.
Fuck her.
On her, I believe it was her Twitter page. Twitter or Facebook. One of the two. Of course.
I hope she gets zapped by this Jewish space laser.
You'd think they'd start using it for something like that if they had that kind of tech, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would probably go mad with power like in a week.
Just start absorbing people.
I would call myself God, and then I would literally make a Twitter account called God, and I would give the exact names of people I was going to smite just to put fear in the world.
Yep. But not that God.
Oh no, I'm God with a little g.
God with a little G.
Yeah. He can't smite me if I don't clearly take his name in vain.
Yeah.
It's just satire, bro. It's just a prank.
It's just a prank, bro.
Just a prank.
Yeah. But to that end, it's, I don't know, it's dangerous.
Yeah.
And it's kind of terrifying that people are so willing to just bend to this bullshit.
Yeah. It's literal Nazism part 2.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that like National Socialism. No, it's just straight up blame them.
Yeah. Blame the Jews on your problems.
Yeah. Fucking okay, here's what we need to do, right? Everybody who believes in the Jewish space laser, leave a mirror outside your house and then start provoking them, and then use the mirror to shield yourself and then reflect the laser back at them. We will
Yes.
win this.
Yeah. It's a problem.
Yeah. Yeah. I want a Jewish space laser now.
Have you heard about Starlink?
What is that?
So this is like actually pretty exciting.
Okay.
This is the telecommunications project started by SpaceX. Do you know SpaceX?
Elon, my Reddit daddy.
Yes. So SpaceX and, by association Elon Musk started this project a while back called Starlink. And the idea in its end game will be a global array of geostationary satellites. So that satellites that don't orbit, they're in unorbit, but because of the way they move in time with the Earth so that they're always in the same spot, basically.
That's pretty impressive.
It is, but in order to get to that point, it takes tens of thousands of these.
Yeah.
And the idea is that you could get cable level internet anywhere in the world with a low latency. Because that's the problem with normal satellite internet, is that the satellites are tens of thousands of miles away in proper orbit. So you can't really get responses from them. There's like literally like a half-second latency between when you click a button and something happening.
Yeah.
With Starlink, they're at low orbit, which has difficulties with it. It's really hard to get them to stay in a low orbit is the main problem. They have to be like actively powered. And they actually have some like really cool like thrusters on them, solar powered thrusters that they use to do that. And there's like two parts of it that are really cool, like aside from the whole internet thing. One, they keep themselves in orbit with these thrusters, and then when they're out of commission, the thrusters will trigger and push it into the atmosphere of the Earth, causing them to burn up on reentry so there's no debris.
That's fucking badass.
Let me see if I can find it. I was watching a Linus Tech Tips video on their coverage of it, and they showed a map of like space debris compared to actual satellites, and it was kind of striking just how much debris there is already in space.
Oh yeah, it's a fucking wasteland out there with debris. I've known about this for a while because I went to an astronomy lab. I know, where are the big rooms? Observation room or whatever those are.
Observatory.
Observatory. That's it. I went to an observatory, and in that observatory they did a whole presentation called Space Junk.
Yep.
Yeah, it was kind of scary.
Yep. Yeah, it's a very real problem, and this is a legitimate solution to it.
Yeah.
They have. I'm going to take a screen grab of this. I'll tweet out, because I need to do that more, the LTT video, because it's a really cool watch.
I bet.
But these are just like straight sci-fi thrusters.
Holy shit, that's amazing.
Okay, and here's the other one. This is about 13 minutes into the video.
That looks like something straight out of Tron.
Right? So this is a picture of the satellites that are orbiting the Earth,
I've seen that exact image before.
and then overlaid,
Which one is Sputnik?
right, with the debris.
Yeah, I've seen that as well.
Yep.
I'm
And
pretty
it's
sure
pretty
those,
striking.
I'm pretty sure those are like the exact things I've seen from that observatory.
And then this is how SpaceX will be arranged. So you can like just visually see how much closer it is to the Earth than typical satellites.
Dude, great idea right here, right?
Yeah.
We do a sitcom about aliens stuck on Earth because they can't leave because there's too much debris preventing them from leaving.
All right, I hold on to that thought, because there's actually a not dissimilar TV show that's based on that idea
No
that's out
way.
right now.
Oh God.
But the whole SpaceX thing is really cool because not where I live currently, but where I used to live, growing up my whole life, the only internet we had was over a landline, which is garbage, of course.
Yes.
And eventually we could get internet, over our phones, but even then that's terrible. So something like this would allow anyone anywhere to have real access to whatever information they wanted. So, you see something on the news, you just Google it if you want to learn more. You don't have to be reliant on someone else telling you the answer to this kind of stuff. You just look it up.
Do you think
In
that's
a
why
way
we see so much fake news in rural environments?
I think that's a point of it. It's a part of it.
Yeah.
There's also the fact that people who live in rural areas, I think you would find, just generally have a lesser amount of trust in institutions.
Fair enough.
But yeah, it's really cool. Like, if I could have grown up having real internet my whole life, it would have literally been life changing. I probably wouldn't have gone to college. I probably would have pursued like esports for a little while. But, I didn't have that option. So I went and got a freaking education instead.
Oh wow, you improved yourself.
How dare I?
I know. You never would have met me, and we would have never started the greatest podcast in the world.
Right, it would have been a tragedy.
Yeah. Fuck. Okay, keep those satellites out of orbit.
On the other hand, though, one thing that, if you're like a person in my position, you already have real internet, but you also have a bit of disposable income. This is a $500 upfront cost and $100 a month, and then you can literally have cable grade internet anywhere in the world. So you want to go camping and you need to record a podcast in the middle of butt fucking nowhere? You can do that with ease. Like, it's amazing. You just stick a satellite dish on the ground, it aligns itself for you, and you have internet. Like, holy shit.
Thanks, Elon.
I mean, this is like legitimately one of the big problems with moving into like an internet age, is making sure that everyone has equal access to the internet. And this just solves it.
Yes, it does.
It's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. I would call that a badass out of 10.
And there's a ton of cool tech that they're using to do it. They have the actual satellite dishes itself that you have on the ground can physically move themselves, but rather than doing that, they're not a typical like metal dish like you typically think of. They have an array of smaller dishes that can be adjusted by sending them different levels of current, so that one side will get stronger current than the other. And rather than physically moving the dish to align with a satellite, it will change the current to effectively change, like just in the physics of it, it'll change the angle that it is looking out at without physically moving the dish, just by changing the currents in it. It's just like, it's fucking cool.
I love technology.
Like, I don't want to give Elon any more credit than he deserves, which is not a lot because he's a blood diamond baby, but he hired the right people to do this one.
That's my new favorite insult for Elon Musk.
He is.
He is.
His parents ran South African diamond mines.
He is so. I love it. I love how okay, I found this out recently. Um, fuck. Okay, I'm not going to refrain from that statement until I do some more research.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, but kind of transitioning. Do you have anything else you want to say?
Not on this topic, no.
Okay. Do you know about Post Malone?
What about?
That he is doing a virtual concert in collaboration with Pokemon.
I have not heard this. No.
Yes, and we actually have a Pokemon and Post Malone now. Not like an official Pokemon or anything like that, but like they did him in the Pokemon art style.
Like as a sprite?
No, like as a 3D model.
Right, yeah. For the well, yeah, I guess it's technically not a sprite, but yeah. For the
Yes.
yeah.
Would you like to see what it looks like?
Oh, that's I've got it pulled up,
Oh,
I think. It's better than I thought it would be,
yeah.
honestly.
It doesn't look that great, but I don't know. This is the second musical collaboration we've had this year with Pokemon and musicians. Do you want to know what the first one was?
What? I was gonna say they're just a regular Fortnite, aren't they?
Yeah, they're pretty much doing it with music though. Um, Katy Perry.
What?
Yeah.
When?
It hasn't come out yet, but they have confirmed Katy Perry is doing something in
Okay,
Pokemon.
gotcha. I was gonna say I have not heard anything about that. How I would have heard something.
Yeah, it's coming.
Okay, have they not released her character? Oh no, is that it?
What? Oh, they haven't done like a 3D thing for her yet.
Oh, someone did fan art of it back in
Oh,
the day, which is
okay.
actually not terrible. That one's pretty bad. Yeah, I mean, I can see it.
Yeah. Um, so at this point, I don't know who the fuck they're going to have next. I want Lil Yachty in Pokemon now.
I really don't. Oh, here we go. They already did Katy Perry in Pokemon.
Oh no. Oh, very nice. Just a Rupidash. So yeah, who do you think the next major artist is going to be?
I don't know.
I definitely think we might get Taylor Swift.
Maybe. I feel like that'd be a little bit too similar to Katy Perry,
I don't know, man.
but I mean, it's not too far out there.
I think they're going to drop a full album, and that's going to be freaking weird.
Yeah, that'd be weird.
Ooh, imagine if they get Daft Punk or The Weeknd.
I'd be on board with that.
Yeah, I would listen to a Daft Punk remix of Pokemon music.
Yep.
That is like a great idea right there. Game Freak, pay me money.
Give me all your money.
Gimme. But did you also
There's
hear
much
about the
really bad.
McDonald's collaboration with Pokemon?
Yes, I actually have. I want to get one of those Happy Meal boxes because that looks fucking cool.
They're
Pikachu ones.
Pikachu Happy Meal boxes. And they have
And
like
people are apparently like, I don't get the financials of it.
yeah.
Like people are paying money, like real amounts of money for these exclusive Pokemon cards, but like you could just buy a Happy Meal and it would cost you less.
Yes.
So I don't understand. Oh wait, do the Happy Meal boxes not have actual Pikachu ears on them?
I thought they did.
All the promotional stuff shows Pikachu ears, but there's like actual pictures and they don't have the ears.
What? Okay, I need to look this up. Because I could have sworn they had like little ones on the side.
Yeah. I thought so too. So I'm seeing 3 different versions of the box. One that's just yellow with Pikachu's face on it, one that's yellow with Pikachu's face and printed ears on the top, and one that has the ears like actually stick up.
I want ears or no deal, man.
Right, exactly. I'm not gonna pay. I don't know, $4 for a box without ears.
Yeah. Uh, I don't believe the golden arches should be Pikachu's ears. It has to have the ears.
Yeah. Well, I haven't seen anything with the arches replacing the ears. It's always been both or neither.
Yeah. I just
Oh,
wonder if that's what they're trying to get away with.
okay. So it looks like, let me send you this picture. It looks like the ears must be like in the boxes separately, because you can kind of see on this one that there's clearly like cutouts for where the ears should be tabbed into.
That's adorable.
It's just like a bunch of Pikachu boxes, and I love it. It's really good design.
It,
Whoever did that should be proud.
yeah. No, that's how you celebrate 25 years. With a goddamn Happy Meal box.
Yeah. But apparently scalpers have been ruining it for everyone again.
Hey, they're not.
They're,
They're
like
not.
people are trying to buy up all these Pokemon cards and then flip them on eBay for a stupid amount.
I just want one of the boxes. I want a grease-filled box with Pikachu's face on it.
How does this work? What?
What?
Somebody has an error card for one of these Pikachu ones that's apparently not foil.
Oh,
They like forgot to foil it or something, which doesn't make sense.
someone just hit the big money.
And they're selling it for $500 on eBay.
Damn, dude. You can buy a PS4 with that money.
I'll be honest though, this Pikachu has some adorable abilities on it.
What is it? Tell me.
So it is a normal Pikachu, but its abilities are Mealtime and Gnaw.
Oh my, yes.
Which, like, yes, I am here for that. That is amazing.
I don't care if he's promoting unhealthy food now.
Right?
I will die for you, Pikachu. So yeah. Um that concert, by the way, is on Pokemon Day, which I don't remember what Pokemon Day is supposed to be. I know it's like the big anniversary when the games first came out. Pokemon Day.
Oh my god, you can buy a 100 Happy Meal box lot on eBay.
Nice.
It's $150.
February 27th.
God. Okay, yeah, that checks.
And that's when Post Malone's concert's going to be as well.
Yeah,
What?
I'm just, it's a thing. I can't stop it from happening, right?
Yeah. I am very interested to see what happens. Because when I think of Pokemon, that child-friendly brand, all I think is Post Malone.
Yes, of course. Same way how when I think of a children's cereal, Little Yachty is always the first that comes to mind.
What the fuck are rappers doing in our mainstream capitalist culture?
I don't know.
This
Doesn't make sense.
is-
I get. So I can get Post Malone a bit because like he has some things that could see radio play,
yeah,
but not Lil Yachty at all.
man. Okay. I'm kind of curious. I want to look up some Post Malone lyrics, and I just want to imagine this to Pokemon imagery.
I would not be surprised if someone's already done that for you.
Dude. You know you gotta catch 'em all, catch 'em all. You only say that. Fuck if I know. Post.
What do we have? Oh my god, someone has a Post Malone Pokemon concert Easter eggs and secrets you missed with 62 views.
Ooh. Dude, Post Malone's only 1 year older than me, and that bothers me.
Yeah, he looks way older.
Yeah, dude. Like, how hard you have to hit it, man.
I would have guessed he's in his 30s, honestly.
Yeah. I feel like I'm a failure now.
So will this virtual concert be in the Pokemon world?
Good
Like,
question.
in the game?
Huh.
Because I don't know how they would do that.
I don't know either. It's at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Wait, what?
I didn't say anything.
No, sorry, I was just. I'll send you what I just found.
Okay.
That's what caught me off guard there. What?
You can get a singing Pikachu in Sword and Shield.
Oh yeah, I saw that. It's
Whatever the
adorable.
fuck. Oh no. That's gross. Why does it have Bud Light?
Bud Light, the official. I can't even finish that.
That's gross.
I sent him a Post Malone Pikachu.
Yeah, it's gross. I don't like it.
No, it's
I'm going to a different text channel so I don't have to look at that.
uh,
But yeah, it like doesn't say where to actually watch the concert.
it says YouTube and Twitch on the concert page.
And Pokemon.com/25, so it is not in game.
Okay.
I'll be honest, that's a huge missed opportunity. That's one of the cool things, like objectively cool about the Fortnite shit, is that it is in the game.
Yeah.
Really gives it a different vibe.
Imagine if they played the audio live through the game audio.
Right.
I would kind of be down for that.
As far as I know, that's how the Fortnite ones worked. It's just all 100% in game.
Oh, dude. Great idea right now, right? What if they have them redo the fucking soundtrack to Pokemon the first movie with all these pop stars?
No.
All those bad 90s songs redone.
No.
Yes.
You can't fix profession.
I need to see what those. What were they? What were the songs in that?
They weren't all bad.
Were they all? I don't remember a single good one.
Movie. Oh no, wait, not 2020. The first movie. God, you know it's good when they call it the first movie.
Yeah.
Because I remember I had the soundtrack for it on CD.
Are you
It wasn't
serious?
that bad.
Dude, none of these bands are around anymore. Dude, Aaron Carter was on the soundtrack to Pokemon the first movie.
98 degrees.
NSYNC. Britney Spears.
Well, yeah, it was 1998.
Dude.
What the hell do you expect? What was the other one? Because there was another one that I had that was not that. It was definitely not that one.
There was a Pokemon the movie 2000 that had a soundtrack as well.
It might be that one.
I remember Weird Al was on that one. Oh my gosh, I forgot they did a Nobody's Angel, a Pokemon World. The B-52s were on that.
Pokémon. That's terrible.
Oh, it's really done well, though.
Oh, I'm sure it is, but that's terrible. It's terrible fun.
You know Weird Al goes all out.
I don't remember any of these either, so who knows? Yeah.
Can I just please give you a reading of the Pokemon lyrics?
I can just click it and listen to it. Just give me a sec.
Krabby, Snubble, Venonat, Mankey, Chansey, and Zubat. Slowking, Ditto, Butterfree, Lugia, and Caterpie. Oddish, Poliwag, Goldeen, Elekid, and Nidoqueen. Victory Bell and Magneton. Everybody, Pokemon.
That's terrible. So bad. Yeah, I don't know.
Dude, there's a Genius page with the lyrics to Pokemon.
Why?
Because you don't understand how subtle the lyrics are. This is legitimately hurting my face, just trying not to laugh. Everybody Pokemon. Ooh, it's got its own wiki page with a trivia section.
Oh boy.
Fun fact, here's some of the trivia about the hit Polkamon. This song is for and about Pokemon.
Who would have guessed?
I know.
Mind blown.
Weird Al wanted this song to be part of the Medium Rarities album, but could not get permission from the Pokemon Company.
I could totally see that. He just wrote this and recorded it and was like, wait a minute, we have to license things or else we get sued. He sent it to him and we're like, hell no, but we have an album coming out.
The song mentions the Pokemon Ditto twice. It's a parody of the Poke Rap, which appeared at the end of every episode during the first half of the first season. And that's pretty much it. Clearly, it's a masterpiece.
Yep. Absolute masterpiece.
Mm-hmm. Do we have anything else going on?
I don't think so. Seems like about it.
Well, that's peachy. Because I really don't know how much material I can get out of riffing on the musical history of Pokemon.
It's kind of so bad, it's just bad.
It's just there. It's like, of course it has to exist, but nobody wanted it to exist.
Yeah. They needed an album, but
Maybe this is the...
I don't know, because it's not like that's a cheap group of artists to hire.
No.
It's very much, I think, just a product of its time. Like, I have no doubt that considering the internet wasn't nearly what it was, if you look at radio play, those are probably high up.
You're
For
probably
artists,
not wrong.
That's Britney Spears, Aaron Carter, that's pop. B-52s are established AF at that point, you know. It was a different time.
It was a different time, different mistakes.
Different mistakes. No, same mistakes.
Yeah.
Just a different time.
Oh, if that's the case, I'm Miss Orion. And please, everybody, join us for when we do the live reaction to the Post Malone concert. We're not actually doing that. Fuck that idea.
That's a Sunday, or it's a Saturday. Fuck that. I'll have to work.
I will have to work too.
Thank God I will have an excuse.
Oh, you don't want to be... You don't want to miss out on the concert of the decade?
Ugh. I'm Cairo, and I've been a schmo.
This is the Two Schmoes Show. Stay frosty.